We can try and get started. So there's a recitation in the app by Muhammad Sadiq al-Minshawi. He's using maqam Bayati. And so I wanted to give a quick demo of how we can use the app to try to recite like that. So right here, that's Minshawi Mujawid. So let's check out the learn mode.
إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله.
Okay, so this is a tune that he uses a lot in his Bayati recitations. It's usually like, what is it? I think they call it like Nawa. So it's, what is it? It's kind of like the second level of Bayati. Like you usually start like low, it's called Qarar, and then you move to like this Nawa, and it kind of enables you to get like to the higher like areas of Bayati. But so let's try again. Let's before we make our attempt, let's try to analyze a little bit what he's doing. So let me go back and we'll play. And this is a mujawwad recitation, so there's a lot of fluctuations going on. So it would help for us to slow this down a bit. Okay, so let's try that.
كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله.
Okay, so let's look at the notes. So one thing we can see is this beginning part. I think I can actually use this right here. So this beginning part, it looks really much the same, right? Because what he's actually doing is just going up and then down, up and then down, up and then down, in the same exact notes. So we'll see that. So the initial thing he does, he starts pretty low, right? So he starts like in, right? That's where we get those first notes. In, and he does that all in the noon. So innal, and he goes down, lal, ab, and then he goes ra, ra. So that's an interesting thing. So obviously, when we're reciting, we need to maintain the rules of tajweed, right? And so we don't want to make a harakat too long. We don't want to make a med too long or too short. But we're trying to beautify our voice, and we're trying to find places to move between the notes because that's what gives the tune. And we can see initially that's what he does. He utilizes, so generally people will utilize like med to do that because you have more space to move between notes, or like a ghunna because you have more time, so you can move between notes. And so that's what he does at the beginning, right? He says. He moves on the noon tashdid because that has a lot of time. So he goes in, nal, right? And so this lam, it has a little bit. It's called like a letter of tawassul, so it has a little bit of time associated with it. So he can move down, but he has to move down quickly, right? Because otherwise it'll make it too long. Nal, and then ra, ra. So that's the point I want to make. So we have, right, so innal abrara, al-abrar, that's a med, right? So there's a little bit of time to do something there. But this right here, the second ra, there's no med there. So he has to move really fast. And so, so you need to make sure that we're not extending that too long. And so that's so he gets like, so innal abrara yashrabuna min. That's the same thing, right? Yashrabuna That's just one haraka. So he has to go na, na, right? Ra. But yeah, so one thing I want you guys to see, so, it sounds really nice, but when we see the notes, he's just going up 3 notes, and then down those same 3 notes, and then up the same 3 notes, and down the same 3 notes. And he dips a little bit here, but then goes back those same 3 notes. So it's really not that difficult once we can see it. So let's do that again. So, Innal abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana. Right, so the same thing. Kana. And then you can't see it because it's off the screen. So yeah, let me try to make my attempt. Innal abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana mizajuha kafuran. Okay, before I move to the next part, I want to show you this. So this is a slightly difficult part right here. Here, let me point with this. So we just finished. What is it? Yash ina al-abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana mizajuha. And then I'm trying to remember how to get here. So inna al-abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana mizaju. Okay. So he says mizaju, and then mizajuha kafuran, right? So kana mizaju ha. This right here, he goes down, up, ha, and then pretty much the same thing, but this time he's going up. So instead of starting down first, so instead of the fluctuation being between the note below, now the fluctuation is between the note above, right? So, innal abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana mizajuha kafu, right? Ha kafu. So it's the same fluctuation, right? It's going between 2 notes, but it's whether or not he's going down first or going up first, right? So right here, the first one, he goes down first. So you start, his bass note is here, and then he goes down, up. And then his bass note is here again, but this time he goes up. So up, down, up. And then his bass note is here now. So now he's a note, a step higher, and then he goes up, down, up. So it's the same thing, but it sounds nice, and he's using that fluctuation to essentially just rise up, right? So instead of just simply just going up, like just increasing his pitch, he is able to do it in a more beautiful way by adding these types of fluctuations in there. So we have, like, what is it again? Like, innal abrara yashrabuna min ka'sin kana mizajuha kafuran. Right? So kafuran. And then let's see how he does again. So let me. Then aynay. Yeah, let's continue. Aynay yashrabu biha ibadullah. That last part I want to point out. So yeah, for me, even I mentioned this many times before. I even made this like level, or not, I don't want to say level. Like, I added this to the app. This last part, I really had no idea what he's doing. Like, I know he's doing something there, but I couldn't really figure it out. But once I put this into the app, then it becomes really, really clear, right? So, what is it? It's oh, right? These last things, oh, he's just going back between these two. Oh, oh, right? So, عينا يشرب بها عباد الله. And you know what? My voice is, it's kind of the morning from where I am. My voice is, it's not really able to go that low. So let me show you guys another feature, which hopefully you're there. So this is this user pitch level right here. Let me show you right here. So you can use this to essentially increase the octave of your recitation, right? So if you want to recite at a higher octave, at a higher pitch, then you can do that. And so the game will, or not the game, the app will essentially just expect you to recite at an octave higher than what you normally would be. And so when you do the initial like voice calibration, it kind of it uses that information to determine what is your most comfortable like range or octave to recite this in. But within each level, you know, if you want to change it, you can change that, you know, depending on maybe the recitation or like I said, like how you're feeling at a particular point. In the future, I want to be able to change this so it's not like a complete octave switch. Like maybe you just want to increase the recitation's pitch just like, you know, maybe a few notes higher to make it more comfortable. Inshallah, I'm planning to add that feature, but yeah, everything takes time. So yeah, let me try to increase the octave, and so let me try again. So we will go back. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Let's try. Okay.
إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله.
Okay, so now this is an octave higher, so let me try it. This might actually kind of sound weird, but let's try. إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله. Yeah, at the end, my voice kind of gave out. That's why, like I said, I need to add that feature where you don't have to jump a whole octave. That can be kind of difficult. But yeah, so that's that. What is it? Recitation. And so, like I've said, previously, our goal is not to just recite this in the app. Our goal is to be able to recite this outside of the app. So you practice with it, but you should also make sure that you know the tune in your head so that you're not relying on it, right? So yeah, let's try that again, but this time I'll turn the reciter recitation off. So that's what you guys should always do. After you practice it, then you turn the reciter recitation off so that you have to recite by yourself. Let's make it a bit slower.
إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله.
الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله. So yeah, something like that. And then, yeah, like I said, outside the app, then you guys should, when you're not looking at the actual notes, try to remember, okay, so what does he do? Right? If I want to recite like that, I remember it's like, at the beginning, he starts low and then goes up. So, إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله. It's kind of running out of breath there. But also one thing I want to mention is like how important it is to remove yourself from trying to just copy the notes, right? Like obviously that's in the app for a reason because it helps you, understand the tune. But like even for myself, like when I like make some of these videos, like showing you guys demonstrations and I'm using the app, I really don't like how it sounds. Because it sounds very robotic when you're just trying to just match the notes. That's not really how recitation is. It should be something that comes more natural, that comes from you. Now you need to know the notes to, get an idea of how it's supposed to be recited. But at the end of the day, it should come from you. You should decide when you want to go up, when you want to go down. And it sounds so much better. It sounds so much better than when you're just trying to repeat the notes. Like I said, when you're trying to repeat the notes, it sounds like forced. But when, once you internalize those notes and then you express it, then it sounds much, much, much better. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see, I think there's some comments here. Yeah, so for anybody that has a recitation suggestion, on the website where the tryrecite.app website, there's a place where you can put in like a recitation request. So you can like get a clip from YouTube, like put that clip in there, and then you can like vote on it. And so, whenever I get time, because these things takes time, then I'll take the most voted recitation and then add that to the app. Because at this point, I'm still manually building, each of these recitations, so it takes time. So that's why, I have to take the one that has the most votes. But yeah, you can just put in that request there, and then people will vote on it, and then I'll take the most voted one. I think yesterday, I just uploaded a recitation from, I think it was Sheikh Muhammad Ayyub. That was requested. So yeah, go in there, put in your request, and then inshallah we can get that added to the app. Is this available on PC? Currently it's not. That is something that I'm thinking about in the future actually, making maybe maybe a PC or web version of it. Because everybody has a phone, so that's why it's good for the phone. But I don't know, this isn't like a type of app that you use like when you're like walking down the street or something. It's something that you sit down and practice with. So I think it kind of does make sense for it to be on like a PC or something like that. But currently that's not in the works. Maybe also on the website you can put in a feature request. People can vote on it. So if that's a feature that you really, really want, put it there, and then if enough people vote on it, then I can prioritize that. Okay, I think that is it. Thank you guys for joining the live. And yeah, join me next time. All right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.